From the director of Sicario, Prisoners, and the upcoming Blade Runner comes another alien invasion movie. Not to be confused with The Arrival with Charlie Sheen. Look for that in a future review. Aliens land on Earth, but nobody understands these guys. So the big mystery here is, what do they want? Why are they here? Are they hostile? Do they mean us harm? Is it a cookbook?
I'm Colonel G.T. Weber from Army Intelligence. Pack your bags.
So the government brings in experts, including Amy Adams as linguistic expert Dr. Louise Banks. The movie details their efforts to understand these creatures, and they are indeed alien in every sense of the word, from what they look like to what they sound like.
Now that's a proper introduction.
Definitely not from around here. Amy Adams is brilliant at her job, and gets further than anyone else. She's also dealing with personal issues and demons that both distract and inspire her. She's a strong, likable, and competent character. Jeremy Renner is Ian, a theoretical physicist who is working with Dr. Banks. These characters are not tropes, and that was kind of refreshing. Everyone just wants answers. Forrest Whitaker is the general in charge. I was relieved he wasn't a typical gung-ho shoot-first asshole you see in these kinds of movies. The ships are elegant and not over-designed. The aliens are unique, striking, frightening, yet graceful. They're not the rubber four-headed Star Trek aliens. These are truly unique entities.
Not everyone is wired for what you're about to do.
So what do they look like?
You'll see soon enough.
They aren't shown too clearly or a lot, and that adds to their mystique. I also dig how their language was represented. Unique, alien, but there's a logic to it. And there are a few emotional scenes, more than I would have expected, and I would even say some are heartbreaking. This isn't the typical alien invasion story. It's far more subtle and cerebral than I expected. I can't say too much without spoiling, but once you understand how everything ties together, it makes sense. Your first reaction might be confusion, as was mine, but I had a fine lady explain it to me on the way home. The sound design is pretty effective. The initial meeting is underscored with a loud, booming, almost painful sound. It's awe-inspiring and a bit frightening, and I think it's meant to be a little disorienting. The alien language sounds sufficiently, well, alien. You can't really tell if they are speaking, clearing their throats, or just making nonsense. But the language barrier is rather representative of what divides us here on Earth. In the end, a little understanding can be the difference between peace and war.
Language is messy, and sometimes one can be both.
It's a slow, deliberate movie, but I was never bored, and it never felt like it was 2 hours long. There are flashes to Amy's life, some events that somewhat break the pace of the film, but they're important nonetheless. The director really uses these flashes to flesh out not only Amy's character, but impacts the story itself. There are 12 of these ships parked all over the planet, and various countries start getting antsy and paranoid. You know, human stuff. This is probably a fairly accurate representation of what would happen if aliens landed. But some panic, misunderstandings, fear, distrust, but most of all, hope. Because if aliens ever came by, they'd better be peaceful. Otherwise, we would be screwed. That's Arrival. 3.5 out of 5. If you like this review, give a thumbs up, subscribe, you know you want to, and tell me what you thought about the movie below. I'm Tom, this is theNewBee, thanks for watching.